All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It's a pleasure to have you all here. We're going to be looking at Dogecoin and the crypto market, seeing what's going on. As we are just trading sideways, nothing crazy happening. Nothing crazy happening. But the most important thing is, despite us trading sideways, we're making higher lows and we're actually not dumping any further. So that is very important to see. So it's good to see that Dogecoin is holding up strong at the 30-cent level. If you guys would go ahead and hit the like button, let's smash up the like button and let's get a bunch of people in there. Let's get this stream out there. Let's break the algorithm. And you can do that by hitting the like button. Doge Billionaire in the house. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support from everyone here. It is a pleasure to have you all here this evening. I'm going to start doing streams at nighttime. I've been doing streams during the daytime, but I think I'm going to try doing them during the nighttime. So we're going to experiment. We're going to see how that all plays out. But first and foremost, we're just going to do some basic technical analysis on Dogecoin. We are going to see how we are actually holding up technically. We're also going to be taking a look at some other info, some other charts. We're going to be taking a look at some other cryptocurrencies. We're going to see how those are doing, how those are performing. But, you know, the general sentiment, especially if you guys have been seeing my latest videos, is, you know, we're in a bearish market, okay? We're not in a bear market, but we're in a bearish market. In other words, we're also in a correction or a retracement. So a correction, a retracement, these are all terms that are, you know, associated with a bull market. So in every bull market, there are corrections. So bull markets don't just go straight up. They can't. It's just impossible. It's not good for anything to go straight up. So it's good for things actually to go down. It's good for things to correct. That's what, you know, a technical term you can use. When something goes up, it goes down to correct a little bit. It kind of levels out the sellers and buyers, but it's at a higher level. So it actually, when things go down, it can actually help to push it up further, to push it up even higher. So it also allows people to buy things at a cheaper price. Because when things are really, really high, the smart money, it hesitates to buy cryptos at those very high prices. So they cause false fear, they cause fake news, they cause people to sell so that they can buy back in cheap, and they keep repeating this process, and that's called market manipulation. And the people who play those games are the enemies of cryptos, especially since we're referring to market manipulation when it comes to cryptos, which are the big banks, governments, and so forth. That's why you see in the news constantly so much negative news. So much negative news. If you just look up Bitcoin, if you look up Dogecoin, you just see Dogecoin crashing, this and that. But yes, thank you for the super chat. It's the summer slowdown. When people become bearish, think bullish. So when people become bearish, when the sentiment is bearish, that's when the smart investor, the experienced investor generally, that's when they get smart and that's when they become bullish. Like I've been telling you guys on the channel forever, get greedy when others are fearful. Because right now, if we take a look historically, look at this. You go ahead and this should be it. If we take a look historically, remember when Dogecoin hit 44 cents, came back up to test it, we got rejected and went all the way to 14 cents. Remember when people were very fearful when Dogecoin was at 14 cents and there was that massive crash, that massive flash crash? Everyone's like, oh my gosh. And FUD means fear, uncertainty, doubt. Remember that? People were like, oh my gosh, it's over with, it's over with, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I was so happy at that time. I was buying so much crypto. But look what happened. When those people were fearful at that time, look at what happened directly after that. Dogecoin shot up directly. No stops. The 68 cents retraced, corrected a little bit, and went back up. Let me show you something else. How many of you have been in Dogecoin since the beginning, like, of this year? Like, when Dogecoin is at 5 cents, how many people around Dogecoin at 5 cents, you know, less than 5 cents? I got in around 2 cents, around a penny to 2 cents. That's when I jumped in, and I've been on the wagon ever since. But the funny thing was about that, so we had the first initial pump, brought us about 8 cents or 7 cents. We went all the way down. Then we pumped up again, broke 8 cents, almost 9 cents. And here we go. Look at this. We went down and traded sideways for nearly 55 days. We traded nearly sideways for 55 days. And if you guys would go ahead, please hit that like button. I'd surely appreciate it. If you love Dogecoin, you support Dogecoin and cryptocurrencies, go ahead and show your support by clicking that like button, because it'll get this video out there to other people. But look at this. Ever since we came down, we consolidated between, let's see, 4 cents to around 6.5 cents forever. And I was telling you guys, Dogecoin's about to take off. Look, there's so much good news. There's a bunch of good things happening. And people were like, man, you're crazy. You just keep saying the same thing over and over again. Nothing's going to happen. And look what happened. We went directly to 73 cents. So I'm not short-term minded. When it comes to investing, I'm a long-term. I do short-term plays, but I understand things in a long-term perspective. When you can see things with a long-term perspective of where things could be, where they will possibly end up in the future, that helps you to see through all of the fake news, all of the FUD. It helps you to see through these boring times and understand, wow, I might as well try to get as much as I can now at this cheap price. Yes, it can go down further. It can pop up anytime though. That's the thing. So when it comes to long-term mindset, you understand what you're investing into. You understand what you're investing into. Personally, I know Ethereum is going to be potentially 20 to 30K by the end of this year. Bitcoin is going to see over 6 figures this year. I personally believe that. I'm not a financial advisor. This is all my opinion. But this is an opinion that's shared by financial analysts, by big banks, by experts all around the world who are saying Bitcoin is still going to do this. Bitcoin is still underway to hit these numbers. So if I understand fundamentally that Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I understand the fundamental analysis of Dogecoin, where it's headed, the catalysts, the people that are behind it, the movement that is in it, I understand that Dogecoin will potentially be $2 to $3 by the end of the year, based on the other events that are taking place in cryptocurrencies. So if Bitcoin goes up to over 6 figures, Ethereum 20 to 30K, Dogecoin is going to be riding that wave with them and probably outperform those two cryptos especially. And look, there's a lot of you guys, some of you guys bought late. I'm sorry to hear that. But look at the people here that bought at 8 cents. They're like, oh my gosh, it's over with. It's dead. I'll never get that money back. And look what happened. Those people are up like 400% or 500%. So we are still going to pump. We still have much more room to grow. And look at Dogecoin holding up. Look, we were just at 5 cents. And now we're holding up at 30 cents. So if we take a look on this right-hand side, I guess you guys won't be able to see it. But Dogecoin is still up in a year's time, 11,000%. And just from the beginning of the year, Dogecoin is still up 6,000%. 6,000%. Traditional finance, they desire to get like 10% a year. People in traditional finance in the stock market, they're looking to get 10% a year, 15% a year, 20%. 20% is crazy. But let's go ahead and deep dive into some technical analysis. Let's see further where we're headed. So how many people have diamond hands in here? If you guys would, Share this stream on your Twitter. Please type in Little Panda Moon Coin. I'll definitely try to check it out. Thank you for the super chat. So if you guys would join the Patreon right there, where I put out my daily trade alerts when I'm buying and selling cryptocurrencies, I keep you guys up to date, especially like when things are getting pretty shaky, to give you guys confidence. I'm basically, you know, coaching people, leading them in the right direction. I can help people to build a portfolio right now. It'd be a great time to set up a portfolio before things really take off. And I also teach technical analysis. We do classes on there as well. But starting tomorrow, I'm going to start doing some trades. So we're going to be doing some short-term trades, some day trades. We're seeking to get to like 3 to 5% profits on every trade. Hopefully we should be able to do that every couple of days with the trades. So I'm definitely looking forward to doing that in the Patreon, especially in this bearish type of momentum. Like when you're trading sideways, things just, as soon as they go down, they go up, and then you sell, let them go down, buy again. And you can keep rinsing and repeating that process. So I'm going to type in this Little Panda Moon Coin. I don't know if it's going to pop up on here though. I'm definitely not seeing it on here. A littlepandamoon.com. I'm not going to leave this website. I'm sorry. I do appreciate it. Okay, so we have Juan coming out with a super chat. Thank you very much, Juan. Just hold. I bought 260k Doge at 0.006 in 2018 and was in the red until 2021 diamond hands. So you see the type of profit that Juan has been rewarded with for diamond hands. So Doge is not new. It's been around for a long time, and it's not going away. It's going to continue to grow. That's why we are the number 6 crypto in the world. That's why Dogecoin is the number 6 crypto in the world. I put this on my Twitter actually though. All right, so let's go ahead and deep dive into some technical analysis by Dogecoin. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin and some other cryptos. I'm also going to be starting a Bitcoin channel here. I believe I'm going to be starting a Bitcoin channel where I'm just only going to talk about Bitcoin. I'm going to create a whole nother channel. I'm going to still do daily Doge content, but I really want to get into some Bitcoin content. Okay, so this is Dogecoin. We're going to zoom in. And the first thing when looking at a chart is understanding your momentum, understanding your direction. So our current direction, especially from the top here, is a downtrend. Ever since we hit this peak, we've gone down, right? We haven't gone up. We haven't surpassed it. So we've only gone down. So there's two things you have to understand. You're either in an uptrend or you're in a downtrend. So we might actually be in an uptrend. Here is how. Downtrends and uptrends can be changed by a thing called a reversal. So we might be getting a reversal, which is, you know, pretty much what is happening. And what has happened is we were getting a downtrend until we bottomed out right here. So here is the possible reversal area. That is called a bottom or a level of support. So we have this current area right here. This was the lowest low that we've made. And to understand and define an uptrend is when you have higher highs and higher lows. However, what we are seeing is actually signs of an uptrend. So we have a low here. We have a low here. We have a low here. Then we can zoom in and see other lows and highs. But look at this. We have a high here. We did have a high here, but then the next high was lower. So we're going to cancel that out, and we're going to consider this the reversal, and also considering this the reversal as well. But basically what we are seeing is, since here we've had higher highs and higher lows. So if we don't pay attention to this, we see that this formed a high, this formed a high, and these highs were higher, and we're continually seeing higher lows. So personally, I believe through technical analysis that we are in an uptrend, and that this was the bottom, and that's the lowest that we are going to be going. I don't think that we're going to be going any lower during this bull run. This was the lowest place that we went, so that is a level of support. It's an area that we cannot surpass. It is possible that in the future, I mean tomorrow or tonight, I mean right now, we can come all the way down, we could test it, we could bounce off of it, or we can go below it. That's certainly a possibility, but that's not very likely. So the interesting thing is, taking a look at the altcoins, we're seeing a very consistent pattern play out. It is a slow pattern. It is surely a slow pattern, especially with Cardano, and all the other altcoins are pretty much performing exactly the same. We're actually getting higher highs and higher lows, but it's more of a sideways trading. And as you notice, at first, the patterns were very wide, but now the patterns are starting to get squeezed into a small apex or position. And what this could potentially be is a symmetrical triangle. Potential symmetrical triangle. So we're a potential symmetrical triangle. So we're going to see what type of pattern we are playing out here currently. So this trend line is a representation on the trend that we're moving as far as the bottoms. And the lows are moving in this direction. It is a small degree or angle. So we're seeing the pattern kind of get squeezed into this area right here. And generally what happens is, when patterns are squeezed into an area, and this area, it's a small tight area, is called an apex. Generally what happens is, in the apex, you will see things break out either to the upside or to the downside. But the thing is that generally the breakouts are pretty strong movements, either to the upside or downside. And generally the breakout will be the opposite direction of the previous trend. I've seen this play out many times before. Generally, the breakout is the opposite direction of the previous trend, which was a downtrend. So the breakout would be a breakout to the upside, which you would have to come and test the level of resistance. So it's something to take note of, that we might be potentially forming a form of a symmetrical triangle. And let me give you an example of this with Bitcoin. It is the most clear example that you can see. And yes, we have technical analysis, right? But there's things that will, throw things out of a technical pattern, like fear, like fake news, world events. Even if things are forming a perfect pattern, an event can take anything out of a pattern very quickly. But still, even with these events, these big things that come up, cryptos or stocks, they generally will still play levels of resistance and supports historically, and generally very accurately. Let me go ahead and make this camera small. Oh, I can't do it. All right, so here's something very interesting coming to Bitcoin. Look at this. We draw a trend line on the top. We draw a trend line on the bottom. And we saw exactly before, don't pay attention to this part where we came out of. But look at this. The pattern of Bitcoin is playing exactly. Look at the tops aren't getting any higher than this. The lows aren't getting any lower than this, except we had a false breakout. We came back in, and look at this. We came back into the pattern exactly, and we're just on this line right here. That's crazy. So we're getting really close near this apex. So something really big is about to happen, not only with Bitcoin, but potentially with all of these altcoins. So it's definitely something to take note of. But like I said, generally when we get boxed into this area, you know, like an animal, like a cat getting like boxed into an area, it's going to go crazy. And that is what is potentially about to happen. But, you know, Bitcoin, we could break lower. We could break out to the downside. We could come back in again and then pop up. There's a lot of things that could happen. And, you know, it all depends on the news that's coming out for Bitcoin. You know, there's a bunch of just crazy news out there. We have the IMF trying to get El Salvador to reconsider using Bitcoin as their legal currency. So last night we definitely made some profits on an Ethereum trade. We should still all be up. We should definitely still all be up. Announced a buy alert pretty close to the bottom here. So if you did buy close to the bottom, you'd have made close to about 7%. And that did not take long at all to get to that 7% gain. We mentioned a bunch of other cryptos. I believe we did mention Matic, which has been up today a good bit. Matic was definitely up a good bit. So some of you guys took the Matic trade. If you guys would go ahead and smash the like button, I would certainly appreciate it. It will help this video to get out there. Yeah, I'm gonna add some of you guys moderators, and just go ahead and kick them out. All right, let's take a look at Cardano. So Cardano had a pretty significant pump from the bottom. Let's see how much of a pump Cardano had. Went up about 10%. But look at this though. We did hit a peak here, about $1.88. Oh wow. So this was June 3rd. Ever since June 3rd, we'll take a note of this for other cryptos. We've been in a clear downtrend. This might be the reversal though that we're looking for. Take a look at Ethereum. Yeah, ever since May 26th, we've been pretty much in a downtrend. As far as the highs go, the lows continue to get higher. So that's an interesting thing to know. So let's see what type of pattern we are in Ethereum. Looks like a symmetrical triangle as well. Probably have to delete that. This might take a while for this one to play out. A bit of a symmetrical triangle with these cryptos, and you see that when you see the higher lows and the lower highs. So that type of statistic, it'll definitely print that type of pattern. We're looking at the day chart for Ethereum. And we are seeing a reversal, a strong reversal. We are moving up. Let's see if there's any other significant drops. I remember when Ethereum went to about 2,000 and we had a consolidation period for a while. So each and every one of these candlesticks our day candle. So this does represent a day period. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have like 10 or 11 red days after the drop. That's crazy. And then four green days. 3 red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we should be getting some green days here pretty soon. And we're going to take a look at the MACD, maybe the RSI probably. This is definitely a strong indicator to look at. So yesterday we bottomed out with Ethereum. That's why I put a trade alert. We see in the RSI, we did get a breakout, which shows a very strong bottom here. So here we have a low here. Yeah. No divergences. Take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is getting actually a bullish divergence on the RSI. Surprised nobody is talking about this. I'm definitely going to post this on Twitter. We have a lot of haters, especially when the markets are down. Especially if you're a YouTuber and the markets are down, people will hate you. But when they're up, they'll pretty much worship you. So it's interesting to see the sentiment, especially of new investors, people that are just here for the really quick pumps. They hate you because, you know, cryptos are going down, so it's your fault. This was the divergence right here. Let's take a look at what was I gonna take a look at? Give me 1 second. All right, so first and foremost, if you listen to BitBoy Crypto, you'd be bankrupt. That's funny. How is your tax reporting with all the trades you do in crypto? You're gonna have to consult. There's a bunch of like crypto tax companies where you can just plug in your brokerages or your exchanges, whatever you want to call them, and they can pretty much do it right then and there. So there's a bunch of websites and things out there. Not a hater, but you said Doge is going to hit $3 is a bold statement. Correct. Yeah, I said around December. I think by the end of the year, we should definitely see. I'm thinking that we'll see Doge at $3. That's just my opinion. Doge could be like 2 cents by the end of the year. It could be $10. You know. And I do appreciate all the support, guys. Thank you very much. Let me see if I can find some good news for us. This is kind of cool. The 50-day and the 200-day SMA. I'm going to try to plug this in for Bitcoin. A lot of people are talking about the impending death cross for Bitcoin. Let's see if it just pops up here. EMA 50 and 200. Oh, the SMA, not the EMA. I'm sorry about that. SMA 50 and 200. Well, the golden SMA. So if I go ahead and remove this. All right, so people are saying, I believe it's on the daily as well. Yeah, it's on the daily. So people are saying that Bitcoin is about to hit a death cross, which basically means, what is this? The red is the 200-day moving average crosses with the 50-day moving average. And if we take a look historically, it shows you some interesting things that happen. And when just the opposite, when the bottom crosses the top, when you see the red go on top, you see a thing called a golden cross. So we had a bunch of them recently, between November or October all the way till May. So a bunch of crosses. Oh, this chart's not going back very far. Here we go. This one has a lot of data. How many of you guys are holding Bitcoin? Let me know in the chat below. Let's see what happens when the green goes on top. So the last time we had a death cross, we've had a couple of them. The last time we had a death cross, yes, we went down, but we actually popped up into the bull run. And then there was a golden cross. Then we had a death cross here, a small little drop down. 30% drop. Death cross here. It's a pretty significant drop. Some people are saying that the death cross actually might be a bullish sign for us, that it might do the opposite of the sentiment. See little drops here. I mean, if you go back, it's interesting to know. But if we take a look at Dogecoin is definitely far from a death cross. Far from a death cross. So, I mean, this basically denotes very bullish movement. Let me hit up some ribbons though. Market cipher A on the daily. We are under the ribbons, so that does show a bit of bearish movement. Not the end of the world, because we can easily bounce out of it. Take a look at Ethereum Classic. I'm going to take off these ribbons. Maybe 4 hour. Ethereum Classic is pretty much performing like the other cryptos. All right, so here's the chart that I want to show you guys. Okay, Bitcoin dominance. Should have Ethereum dominance somewhere. I'm gonna put a Bitcoin dominance on the top here. We get Ethereum dominance. That's not it. Okay, Bitcoin dominance is lowering. And we definitely peaked out. So this is really good for altcoins. And if you guys would, go ahead and smash up the like buttons. And if you want to get access to my daily trade alerts and cryptocurrencies when I'm buying and selling, we make very profitable trades. I teach people how to do technical analysis. You can talk to me on the phone. We can build you a portfolio to get you set up for the bull market here pretty soon. Definitely recommend checking it out. All right, so this chart right here is called the Bitcoin dominance chart, and it's calculated by the ratio of altcoins versus Bitcoin. So whenever you see this going down, the altcoins are taking a greater market share. They're going up. There's more money being put into altcoins compared to that of Bitcoin. So look at this. Look at how much Bitcoin dominance went down. So whenever you see Bitcoin dominance shooting down like that, that's the time to buy altcoins. And we can take a look at the altcoin season index. So we are still in altcoin season based on this data here. Potentially an altcoin year. We're definitely in the altcoin season. We're starting to taper out though. We're starting to taper out of altcoin season, which is not going to have a huge effect on Dogecoin. It's not going to have a huge effect on Ethereum, but the small coins that nobody really knows about will probably be affected by this. Does it mean they're not going to go up? It means they're just not going to receive as much as a market share of Bitcoin. So Bitcoin will most likely outperform them. And what we are seeing that it's called Bitcoin month. Based on this index right here, we're seeing Bitcoin potentially about to make some pretty big moves. Okay, look at this, guys. The top 50 performance over the last season, 90 days. So that's the season. We have Dogecoin up, the first place. The last 90 days, Dogecoin is up 448%. Ethereum Classic, number 2. Then we have Matic, number 4. Solana, AMP, BTT, XRP, Cake, and we have Cardano in there. And we had Ethereum knocked out. Ethereum was definitely one of the top ones. All right, we're also going to take a look at the crypto fear and greed index. All right, so we're starting to see fear taper off. Fear is starting to lower, which is really good because the big money, the whales, they've pretty much expended themselves as much as they can with all the fake news, with all the fear. And now we're probably going to start to see some upwards momentum here pretty soon. I'm really hoping that we could start to see it this week, maybe this month. But I'm thinking that cryptos are going to pump towards the end of the month. I'm really thinking that. And going back to the Bitcoin dominance chart, let's see. Going back to the Bitcoin dominance chart, we are in a downtrend. Yeah, we had a potential reversal, came up, but the next high, we got rejected at this level of resistance, and we're not able to surpass the next high. So I think we can continue to go down, which will pump Dogecoin and Ethereum and all of the gang with them. Let's take a look at the Ethereum dominance chart. That's weird. I had a ETH dominance chart earlier. ETH dominance? Weird. It's not popping up for me. Did have it over here somewhere. Maybe it's ETH. I can't find it right now, but it's totally fine. Go back to Dogecoin. So how many of you expect cryptos to start heading back up this week? Because there's just a lot of really good news coming out. I feel like the crypto markets are completely contingent upon Elon Musk. It's like ever since Elon Musk pretty much stopped tweeting, for a few days, the market has just been really boring. No really big pumps or anything. Just the last couple days. Is anybody buying Bitcoin right now? Here we go. Jason, how are you? Thanks for coming to the stream. So on the 5-minute, Bitcoin is headed down a little bit. Does anybody in here own Ethereum? Looks like cryptos are starting to dump again. I wouldn't say dump. Excuse my language. They're starting to head down a little bit, but we might get some bounces, okay? This was the low last night. I bought some Ethereum here. Robert Palmer, thanks for stopping by. Oh, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. Matthew McCain, thank you for the speculation. 33.5 is certainly not unrealistic. We can certainly take a look at it though. Oh, this is very interesting. Okay, I was looking at the 5-minute chart. I thought we were looking at the 4 hours. Like, wow, this is very interesting. So Bitcoin is holding up its current level of support. Bitcoin was tending to this pattern, and it's tending to it right now. So it would be pretty interesting to see Bitcoin break below this. But if it were to break below it, I think we get another bounce up to it because it's been acting as support, and then the lines above it have been acting as a pure level of resistance. So we're in a symmetrical triangle pattern. And depending on what happens in the next 8 to 12 hours, will certainly depict what's going to happen. Falling to 33.5 is certainly a possibility. The lowest point we went to was 30,000. But the next level we fell to twice was 30,900. So, I mean, a lot of it has to do with some of the news that's coming out. The G7 summit. The Thailand SEC just banned a few junk coins today. It was announced today, but happened Wednesday. You actually saw that piece of news. And thank you for the super chat. Hey Laura, this is a shout out to you. Cryptos are here to stay. They're only going to go up from here. We could go down a little bit further, but cryptos have a huge future. To the people that are asking why crypto is down for the first time, crypto's just pumped really strong and really fast. So they're coming down to correct a little bit. You have people taking profits. And then you have the big institutions, you know, the big banks in the US. They don't like crypto. They don't like Bitcoin because it takes away money from them. So they're causing fear, false news, and it's causing people to panic sell. Dogecoin is now number 12 on Coinbase, 63% buy. Hey, what does that mean, Dogellionaire? What does that mean? It's like trending, you know, the 12th most popular crypto on Coinbase. Is that what it is? And it's a 63% buy. What does that mean? Yeah, you always got to compare either the long terms. Yeah, Bitcoin is down right now, but what was Bitcoin a year ago? What is this 63% though? Thank you for the super chat. Diamond Hand says I'm a panic buyer and I can't stop and love it. And if you guys would go ahead and hit the like button, get this stream out there. Oh, 63% of the trades are buys. That's pretty interesting. Oh, there's something else I want to show you guys. It is the Bitcoin. Gotta figure it out. See if I can find it for us. All right, so here's the long versus short ratio. Let's see. What do we have here? This is the long versus short ratio on some of the derivatives platforms. Oh, that Coinbase is now pushing Dogecoin. That's awesome. So here's Dogecoin on the 5-minute, 4-hour. We're seeing some more longs than shorts. What about Ethereum? There's more shorts in the market right now. Last night it was a different story. There was a lot of longs. So it just goes to show some short-term plays going on. Cryptos are going up this week, baby. Yes, 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 yes. I feel it. I feel it. Look at this. This is Dogecoin. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 red days in a row. 10. That's on the daily. We did see some interesting pumps though. Pretty much on May 9th-ish. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I need to go to June. Looking at May. So on June 9th, on 6ix9ine, we did see a pump. We did see a little bit of a pump. It was about a 20% pump. I told people that there was going to be a pump. It was around midnight. Midnight was the peak, which is interesting. I said, you know, for days that there's going to be a pump. People are like, nothing happened on 6ix9ine. Nothing happened. We went 20%. Then the days before, this was June 2nd. We put a buy alert in the Patreon to buy, and Dogecoin was at 28 cents and went all the way to 44 cents. And people were like, nothing happened. Dogecoin didn't go anywhere. So that was funny. Seek 130. Thank you for the super chat. How do you take profits? That is a great question. And let me explain what that means and how to do it. So taking profits, especially if you're referring to like my Patreon, you know, I say take profits here. Sometimes I say this, or I'm taking profits. I sell my entire position. That's how I take profits. But there's strategies to taking profits. There's strategies to taking profits where you can scale out. Let's say you sell, okay, let's say you make a buy here, right? Dogecoin is at 29 cents. And Dogecoin goes all the way to 42 cents. So you're in huge profits. So some people, they sell their entire position, but at this point you don't know it's going to go down. You're like, okay, well, it could go up to this. So what people do is they might sell half of their position, and then it starts to go down a little bit. They're still up in profits. They sell another 25%. It's going down, confirms the downtrend, and then they sell another 25%. Or if things are going up, and you buy here and it's already up 20 or 30 or 100%, you can sell 25% of your profit. It keeps going up. You sell 25%, and then you're all the way out, and you wait for a dip and then repeat that process. So I hope that answered your question. Matthew McCain says, I appreciate you. I just noticed the end of the flag instead of going up drops 5 to 10% before actually breaking out upward. Safe side of my brain. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, so if you take a notice that whenever you see big dumps, those are actually kind of exciting because it brings actually a lot of people into the market. When things are dropping, people are looking at their phones like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And people like me that have money on the side, we get super excited because we can buy those dips. And when we're buying those dips, there's a lot of other people like me and like you that buy those dips as well. And that causes a massive chain reaction, FOMO and everything else to cause big pumps. Bitcoin dropping a little bit. Let's take a look at this. Bitcoin is dropping. Oh wow, Bitcoin is significantly dropping. That might bring cryptos with it. Here we go, another drop. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate that very much. You always average in and out. I'm interested to see what's going to happen to cryptos right now because it seems like the same time every night there's like these drops, like when Americans are sleeping. Yeah, anytime like right now, so especially since cryptos are at a major discount, it's certainly a good time to buy, right? And I will be alerting if we do get a significant drop. I'm going to be putting a day trade alert. We're going to start to do some day trades in the Patreon. So we do have Elon Musk birthday the 28th, right? So if Elon Musk's birthday is the 28th and Elon Musk is a huge Dogecoin supporter, maybe he's going to buy the Shiba Inu for his birthday. You know, maybe they're going to announce, maybe he's going to say something. I'm certainly thinking that's going to be a pretty big hype period. It might be a pretty big hype period for Dogecoin for, you know, the week leading up to it. This is, oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was looking at the Dogecoin chart. So we could probably see some, you know, interest into the markets at around that time, and which could affect the entire crypto market. So this actually might be the bounce here. If you guys would go ahead and hit the like button, I would surely appreciate it. We can get this stream out there and share it with some other Dogecoiners. If you guys got something out of the video, go ahead and like the video. So I'm wondering if Dogecoin is going to bounce off this area right here. I did down see 250 Doge winner on the Instagram, so make sure you guys follow my Instagram. Did I have the person in here? Person is Sam Samantha. King Major X, thanks for coming. Stopping by. I'm pretty good. How are you? The Dogecoin still has a way to go on the minute chart. Look at this. 29 cents is until all the way down here. So we would have to come all the way down here to see 29 cents. Dogecoin it's been heading down. It's been heading down. However, like I've been saying in the videos, we're still getting the higher lows. But this is interesting here. We'll have to see what happens here if we dump any further. Our next level would be 28 cents, would be a certain strong buy signal. Alright guys, that is going to be it. I do appreciate you stopping by. Check me out on the Patreon if you want to talk to me. Join the Discord and much more. And stay tuned, tomorrow I'll be making a video, doing a live stream as well. So we're doing a lot of live streams and videos. So you guys have a great night. Thank you so much for the support. And I will see you all tomorrow. Actually, yeah.